So let's take narcissists to a spiritual point. Understand, if you feed the ego, you'll starve the soul. If you feed the soul, you'll starve the ego. You can't feed them both at the same time, so understand this principle in the beginning. The narcissists have an overfed ego, but their soul is very, very hungry. Their spirit is very hungry, while their ego is obese. And there's nothing wrong with feeding the ego, but you gotta make sure everything is balanced. Understand there is always balance. Just like masculine energy and feminine energy, it need to balance each other out. Too much masculine over feminine is toxic. Too much feminine over masculine is toxic. You need to be evenly balanced. Too much light will blind you. Too much darkness, you can't see anything. Balance is important. But on the narcissist tip, the narcissist got a lopsided situation because their ego is inflated, but their spirit is underfed to the point that they are starving. That's why when they're going through healing, they actually end up crying because they realize they gotta fast the ego while the spirit is actually getting fed, i.e. the old them is dying while the new them is being born. They don't want to go through the type of healing. Your tears is nothing but the blood of the soul. They continue to overfeed their ego till one day have a weight problem. No different when over time you eat too much to the point that you develop health issues later on in the future. That's the same thing when you feed the ego and starve the soul. That's why it will appear that a lot of narcissistic people can't feel things, because they have become desensitized. They have spiritual anorexia. Understand the ego never gets full, so you'll continue to eat. Again, you can't feed the ego and the soul at the exact same time. If you feed one, you will starve the other. A lot of times that's why when you break up with a narcissist, more so their ego is hurt, not their spirits. The spirit only start hurting when it's time to heal, because hurting is a part of healing. You gotta get through the hurt part until you completely heal. That's why I say a lot of those demons that you claim to be demons that you gotta face, they're actually angels trying to help you face what you're running from. And narcissist people are cowards. They don't want to stand there and fight. They rather fight an innocent bystander who have nothing to do with the fight. No different than a bully coming to school beating up on a defenseless person because they're not getting treated well at home. So instead, I'll come to school and bully somebody, because if I don't have nobody to bully, then I will bully myself. That's all a bully is. A bully will use another person to pick on because the bully really need a break from bullying themselves. That's what narcissist people are. They're bullies. It is a spiritual off balance with them. And the only way they must heal is they must feed the soul and starve the ego. They have to become love in order to attract it. And right now they're not love. The only thing they attract is attachment. That's when a person they get with actually think that they love the narcissist, but actually they don't love the narcissist, they're attached to him. That's why it's so hard to break up with a narcissist. Because if you love yourself enough, you're willing to let anything go that's going to disturb self-love. You will not allow anything to corrupt self-love, because that's the only true love that's really real. Whatever you got in self, you're going to project that in the world. And that's what they project in the world, what they got on the inside. Hurt that they've never spiritually healed from, for those who need it.